across the border.
Across the border.
Debut. And then morning game. When we fall back on your pull out now. Why across now?
Senior, Parkin is one starting left back.
Because senior man was left back Bierio.
Cross the same way. I started ball three.
Okay. Our lovely watchers. Our lovely
watchers.
Okay, you are welcome to the Four Post Podcast, and it's another edition where we are about to discuss the weekend games. There is the Italian Serie A, there is the Spanish Premier La Liga, there is the English Premier League. Hey, even today, you better call Mongolia League. Mongolia, can I mean Mongolia. Why don't you hear that?
Mongolia.
Hey, what's the one you hear?
Mongolia was a name given by a Gangalia.
Mongolia was a name given by a Gangalia.
To make sure that your results.
Then before they gave the name, they consulted Amelia. Yes.
Hey.
And Amelia told them before they name the country Mongolia, this almost be Sulia.
Hey.
Then she directed them to go and see Aliyah.
Oh, okay. But they say
then where they entered, Abibia.
That
side when we were on the Suna, a fire.
Na fire or home.
The fire or dia, and then just a upeja or nine kakra. Then fire nessa.
And I see a fire nessa. Yeah, twaso na you know after train come.
So come you be duru na me hu say say na me so mataya.
On say na masesa no mo na mo you.
Say what tire?
And you na say we kalika papa ade edu anadwo ade me no mo ane ataya.
Na say ataya ye di ka ataya ho asem. Asa wo de o tire pe niema asa bibia na wataya.
Hey, also wataya be 3 times.
Ade, we ye kataya.
Me ye kataya. But me share say na niema ne kona. Hwa one hwa. Na me ka ataya no. Ama me tire. Katai, you go.
Oh, David. On say, oh sorry, kasa ne door so dodo. Bibi free wenum ba ye dey fire.
Say a fire there and then there's what that bosom fly and also where then a firefly.
And it's our time because I said na bo bi ka me ma me die pass and a cheche fly.
Hey! What time am here watching I want to cry.
Also a person cry. Me so dem person me fly.
Fly away. What?
Sada, Miss Victoria na and ma me kai.
Hey!
Say me hwe send ya wo kai na and ya me so me die.
Me too for say Debbie ana be kai.
Debbie
My guys. Hey, Charlie boys name my bass. Cause a bass. Let me say and then you for power sene Mr. Ampram when they kill us now I say. But today I think there's a lot to discuss. Looking at the fixtures this weekend, a lot of pressure on some coaches. And let's not forget, Barcelona is returning to the almighty Camp Nou.
And the moment your bass anthem now.
Zuma. Barca. So Fifi, let me start with you. What does it mean for Barcelona coming back to the Camp Nou?
Hey, it's big. It is. I think it's the best news that Barca have heard probably in the last 2 years. Barca going back to the Spotify Camp Nou is better news than even Lamine Yamal coming second in the Ballon d'Or.
Hey,
yeah, spiritually, financially, sportingly. I mean, in terms of every other thing, it's the best thing. Like I said, when you look at the spiritual side of the game, that is the. I mean, 2 days ago, in front of the Mundo Deportivo, they had said that Barca going back to the Spotify Camp Nou is seen as they going back to their temple. So if Barca go back to the Spotify Camp Nou, it's seen as a temple. Then that is a spiritual home of Football Club Barcelona, which is huge, right? Because, I mean, when you go to play at a place that you are known for, you are more comfortable there. Barca were never going to be comfortable at the Montjuic. And you look at, if you take this current Football Club Barcelona team, about 60% of them have not even played at the Spotify Camp Nou before.
Yeah.
A lot of them have not played there. I don't know if Femi Lopez has played there.
So if you are looking at the squad, we start with Juan Garcia.
Yeah. Juan Garcia has not played there.
Szczesny.
Szczesny has not played there.
I think for
Szczesny did not play there.
No, as an away player.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I said Barcelona player. All of these guys as Barca players. He has not played there.
Kunde, no. Kunde, yes.
Kunde did play there.
Did play
But
there.
Femi Lopez has not played there.
No. Pedri.
Daniel Mo.
Yeah.
Pedri
has.
played
Gavi
there.
has.
Gavi has.
Gerard Martin has not played there.
Lamine Yamal
has played there. So there are a chunk of these Barcelona team. Dro has not played there. Marcus Rashford has not played there. Dani Olmo has not played there, like you mentioned.
As a Barcelona player.
Yeah, as a Barcelona player, they've not played there. So they don't even know the feel of playing for Football Club Barcelona in their tempo.
Wow.
And take it or leave it, for the Spanish teams, their home grounds are temples. In fact, for places like Catuja, Roman Sanchez, Pedjuan, all of these places are places that the home clubs feel like we make things happen here. It is in England that sometimes away fans are even much more vociferous than home fans. You remember that the last time at the Montjuic when Frankfurt went to, let's say at the Camp Nou at the Montjuic, when they came, they were louder than the Barcelona fans there.
I think it was
Montjuic. Yeah. That's the thing. When it comes to their homes, the Spanish teams, their homes, it's huge for them. And that is why it's very important. So for me, spiritually, is the right step for Football Club Barcelona. Now, the financial part for me is even much more important because the spiritual part will help in terms of the sporting job, playing well, being comfortable there, and feeling at home, the fans feeling at home, knowing that this is their home. I mean, that arrogance that you have, that this is my place, this is my home. You just can't come here and then think that you're going to be better than me. The next step is what's Barcelona seem to gain financially. Now, Barcelona are obviously wasting money or spending money to go and play at the Montjuic. Because that is the Olympic Stadium of Barcelona. We're spending a lot of money to go there. Now that they are going to play at the Spotify Camp Nou, they will pay less. Maybe travel time. That's what they are going to pay for. But in terms of paying money or wasting money to that, it doesn't go into it again. They keep their money and then now they'll be able to play their football here, which is very important. What that also does is that Barca are now going to have all the money come into their staff. Almost every money that they get in terms of their running the club comes to them. When Barcelona are playing their football, the gates proceeds, it comes to them. Their merchandise and stuff like that, it comes to them because they are playing at the Spotify Camp Nou. And I had said a couple of months ago that the only way Barca are going to go to the top is when they're able to get back to the Spotify Camp Nou and get a revenue from the Spotify Camp Nou. The financial problems that Barca were in, they were only going to be okay if they were able to get the money from the stadium, and the Spotify Camp Nou gives them that. Then, from the sporting side links with the spiritual aspects. Like, I mean, when I say spiritual, I don't mean spiritual, but I'm talking about something that's more superficial of what they can get from them, which for me is very important. I think that Football Club Barcelona are now at a point where they will be able to play their football comfortably. They'll be able to play at the Spotify Camp Nou. They'll be able to feel like this is a place where they own and it's going to give them all the success that they can get in terms of playing their football, getting all the success in that area. I think that's going to be very, very important for them when they go there. The likes of Lamine Yamal, Ibanez, Najraoui, all of these guys are going to play.
It's a big day for them. It's going to be a big day for them.
I mean, Champions League, they're going to play there now. Frankfurt, all of these guys are going to have to come and face Barcelona when they play there. I think it's going to be huge.
Michael, do you really think that this sets the tone for Barcelona in their quest to win the league title, especially going back to the Camp Nou? Now it's 3 points between them and Real Madrid. Real Madrid with 31 points, Barcelona with 28.
I think it brings another impetus. Yep, like Fee mentioned, there is a certain sentimental value attached to returning to play at the Camp Nou. Kinds of revive the fan base. Now everybody gets to talk about it. It is a Camp Nou, it's a Camp Nou. I think Barca would love to commemorate returning to the Camp Nou with something substantial, which is an achievement. Be it they win the Copa del Rey, the La Liga, or the UEFA Champions League. And I think they would love to have something like that. You get it? But again, returning to the Camp Nou does not excuse Barcelona of all the issues that they had to deal with throughout the early stages of the season. Returning to the Camp Nou all of a sudden does not improve Barcelona's injury situation. Again, it does not improve their technical lapses. So they have issues to sort out. Yes, on the sentimental side of things, they will be fueled by the return to the Camp Nou to do something which is important or significant this season. That is something that works around it. So they don't all of a sudden become favorites for the La Liga, favorites for the Champions League because of the Camp Nou factor. But it does play a part. Players will love to deliver in such an arena. And Fee rightly mentioned the spiritual attachment to venues. We've seen teams grow accustomed to a certain venue and that it embodies them. So if you talk about Liverpool, for instance, it is Anfield. I can't envisage Liverpool being so comfortable at a different home venue than Anfield. It will take them some time. When Arsenal moved from Highbury to the Emirates, it took them some time before the spirit of how they play and then the environment surrounding or the atmosphere surrounding their home games, it was not as comparable to how it was at Highbury. And there were times where even the likes of Arsene Wenger had to complain about it. There was always a natural feel. Fulham play at the Craven Cottage. You take them away from that traditional venue. You situate them in a different venue. It becomes different. A lot of people have perhaps tried to point towards West Ham relocating from their original traditional home venue to the Olympic Stadium as a reason why they become
Upton Park.
Yeah, they become a team without tradition. They don't really feel it like they would have
When they were Upton Park.
Exactly. So for various reasons, teams grow accustomed to venues and then they know how such a venue plays a part in the results they get. When push gets to shove, in some of the most difficult instances, Liverpool refer to the cup end for inspiration when they are playing at home to deliver a performance. Again, at the Stratford end or the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, Manchester United players want to look at what is happening there just to draw inspiration to play. When you go to different venues, different setting, you don't really have that kind of feel or relationship with that facility. And that is what Barca did not enjoy at the Luigi Companies, and it affected them. We have spoken about the monetary aspect. Yes, maybe they are not allowed to play at full capacity as it stands now. But one thing we forget is that the new Camp Nou project came with attachment. There were additional features like the new museum and then the other features that will serve Barcelona commercially well. So, for instance, they will not enjoy such privileges when they play at the Luigi Companies or the Montjuïc. But if they are playing at the Camp Nou, anybody who comes there is a tourist attraction already. So you can visit the museum, you can visit here, you can go here. So it's like a one destination hub where I go to and I satisfy my respective footballing needs. And it will really serve them well. Yes, like the question you asked, will it push their title chase? Hopefully it will, but it will not solve the football issues on the field.
I think one person that
I don't
really
know what
benefits,
you think though.
One person that really benefits from the company is going to be Juan Laporta. He has always been at the helm of affairs whenever Barcelona is down and they actually rise again. On the sporting aspect, infrastructure, everything is rightly there. I remember when he decided to bring in Pep Guardiola. A lot of people argued that Pep Guardiola was not good enough for the senior Barcelona team. He should coach at the B side. But that proved to be a masterstroke. He comes back, decides to bring in Xavi Hernandez. No matter what you say about Xavi Hernandez, definitely he won them a league title.
He even brought stability to the club.
Yes. And he's the reason why we are seeing players like Lamine Yamal as part of this team. Then you look at Hansi Flick. Everyone was against him. Why is it that a Spanish Catalonian team wants to bring a German coach here and there? A whole lot of argument. He brings him in. And they play the Champions League semi-final. And they win the league. And this time around, he's not only giving them resource, but he has made sure that Camp Nou is in a very good state where it can generate a lot of money for them. I think we have to give it up to him. He's doing so well for Barcelona as a president.
My only problem with Juan Laporta, not like a problem, but anytime Barca make a step, Madrid make 2 steps ahead. Yeah. So Barca are coming to open a Spotify Camp Nou. Madrid say that they've now partnered with Apple to have a virtual feel of the Santiago Bernabeu.
Yeah.
To the extent that you can go to the underground of the Santiago Bernabeu. Like, it's like Barca just can't catch a break.
Do you know why 2 of them, when it comes to sponsorships, moving ahead and all of those things, they are totally different? Mike, I actually believe that even in our normal setting, no disrespect to anybody, but whatever you do or whatever project you will have to do at Trazarco, you wouldn't wish to do the same project maybe at Amamoma or Apeusika in Cape Coast. It's definitely Apeusika. It will be a totally different kind of thing. You see, it is the club that has brought the whole Catalonia to a certain level. And you know how they treat them, how politically things are between the 2 of them, tension and a lot of things. So definitely, if the good things are coming, they will all wish to take it to Madrid. So I even applaud Barcelona for stepping up, being brave enough, sometimes pushing for things to get hold of these sponsors and monies that actually come along with football investment.
But I also feel, you see, Madrid have enjoyed a period of stability as regards their leadership. And that allows for long-term planning. It has always been Florentino Perez. And I don't remember the last time a name or a face emerged to challenge the leadership of Perez. You get it? Because I think since Perez came on board, he's basically run the club consistently for 10 years and over. And that allows them to plan ahead and do a lot of stuff. That has brought them the level of success we are seeing in terms of player recruitment and then on-pitch success, then off-the-pitch success as well. This Camp Nou project, a spy Camp Nou or whatever it was, for very good reasons, it dragged for a very long time because of the whole issues around Barcelona's leadership.
Especially Victor Font.
Yeah, you get it. Don't forget that when Laporta came, they had to do a whole restructuring from the Barcelona board, trying to fumigate some personnel who were seen as pest to Barcelona. So then bring on board people who were like-minded like Laporta to follow through with his vision. There were times where people who even started with Laporta had to default and then go off. The new faces had to come. Then even before Laporta came, Josep Maria Bartomeu, this is actually where the whole Aspire Barca project started, with the whole Camp Nou thing. They wanted to run with this, but again, no stability in terms of leadership to steer affairs. So Barca is a club that was in a political turmoil. And if you come into the ship, it's like you want to salvage the ship from sinking. You would have to do a lot. A ship on sail, like Madrid's was with Perez, it's more easier to steer it. But a ship that is sinking, now you have to make sure that the ship is kept afloat. Then you start thinking about steering it as per the compass. So a lot of challenges. And trust me, if Perez, the same person, if he was in the Barca situation, he wouldn't have done better than what Laporta is doing.
I agree to that, because
if you take Laporta to Madrid,
Laporta came back,
he would have done similar to what Perez is doing.
I actually think that Laporta doesn't get a lot of credit for the work that he has done for Barcelona.
Of course.
Because he came to pay years of debt.
A car!
Charlie, Aquancrad is a Bartomeu.
Yeah, Bartomeu.
Josep Maria Bartomeu.
Yeah, he came to pay years of debt before.
No, even before Bartomeu, there was Sandro Rosell.
Yeah, Sandro Rosell.
A proper description of Mambofu.
Sandro Rosell started and Bartomeu continued. You get it? So decades of rot.
Yeah.
He had to come and make sure that they will sort everything out. So you see, if we just limit everything or restrict everything to, he was supposed to do this, but it delayed, it lacked.
Yeah.
And if you compare to Real Madrid, I think it is much more of apples and oranges. Yeah. It will not be fair.
I think one word I'll pick from what both of you said is about stabilization.
Yeah.
So do you think the Camp Nou stabilizes Barcelona? You look at their problem, it puts them at a certain position, just maybe like 60%, 70% of problems solved?
I think so. I think that one of the first steps that Barcelona, in fact, the masterstroke Barcelona had in getting close to getting out of trouble was the management, the financial engineering of Matteo Alemany, Jordi Cruyff, those guys. Because look at how they bought Koundé. Look at how they bought Rafinha. Look at all of those guys. Those guys were smart in finding opportunities in the market to buy them. But still, they were in trouble. Still.
Liver FC. Liver Brothers.
Still, they had to go for level after level. The Spotify company gives them like the extra source of revenue. Because that is the revenue that they didn't have. Now, you are going to have that revenue as part of how they want to run their things. If you get that revenue, you add it to other revenues that you have, player sale, commercial revenue. Then, of course, I think that it helps stabilize them a lot.
I think at the moment, they will struggle a bit because they will open at 45,000 capacity. Montjuic was like 55,000.
Yeah.
So that's a bit different and everything around it.
And I said, Trazakuni restaurant.
No. I'm trying to state something. See, when Camp Nou, when Camp Nou is set to operate at its fullest capacity, we are looking at in excess of 110,000.
Wow.
And that is huge.
110,000.
That is huge. Yes.
That is...
And you see, for the uninitiated, 110,000 is like Accra Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
And then 2 times. And then you add maybe the Cape Coast Stadium. Yeah.
Wow.
The capacity. Yeah. Accra Sports Stadium times 2. And then the Cape Coast Stadium. Well, I think the best example will be Baba Yara. Baba Yara is 40. So Baba Yara 2 times and Cape Coast Stadium 2 times.
Wow.
That is for Barcelona Camp Nou when it is set and complete.
But I can't wait for the argument between Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
No, when the Camp Nou is completed, it is better than the new.
I saw
when the Camp Nou.
Yes,
I saw
when
the
it's
screen.
fully completed.
I saw
No, Akumia. When the Camp Nou is fully completed, it is better than the new Santiago Bernabeu.
Wow.
Yep, it is what motivated Madrid to actually fast track the new Bernabeu project. Barca started before them. True of us. But Madrid finished before them. Yeah. Because already Barca were ahead in terms of capacity.
Yeah.
I think the Camp Nou was the largest stadium
in
Europe.
Yeah, in Europe.
And then they decided to take it a notch higher. Yeah. So Madrid knew they had to catch up with the whole expansion and then the modification of the facility. So when the Camp Nou is complete, the new Bernabeu will not match it.
Maybe that's why Florentino Perez is just trying to get virtual Santiago Bernabeu Senior.
And the new Camp Nou project,
the pressure will definitely be huge.
The new Camp Nou project has that virtual reality thing.
And women Spotify.
It has it.
There's a direct competitor.
And there's one thing I respect about Barcelona. Yeah. You see, they are not like Madrid. Madrid has prestige, tradition, whatever. Yeah. But in their own small corner, Barcelona have punched above their weight. And now, I dare say maybe the Champions League will be something that really separates them. But Barcelona is just shoulder to shoulder with Real Madrid. And when the company is completed, revenue, I can't help you. They will even buy Real Madrid and buy Chelsea on top of it. Let's see.
Face of camp. You see, now let's move on to the game. You see, I think Barcelona will be playing Atletico Bilbao. What does it mean for Bilbao playing Barcelona at the Camp Nou? After 24 years, they have to try another chance if they can beat FC Barcelona. 24 solid years.
The reality is they can't beat them.
Nico Williams is back.
Yeah, I know. And I think it will be a tensious atmosphere for him, judging by what played out in the summer.
Right, the first time he's going back to play against Barca.
Exactly. To I am small boy. You do them 2 times. If he goes there, they will make sure that he does not enjoy any moment on the ball. They will cheer him right from the start till the end, or maybe till he's subbed off. But the game proper, the occasion, and then even the technical stuff around the game points towards Barcelona as heavy favorites. Barca have recovered a lot of their injured players. And one thing you should note is that not a lot of the Barca players took part in the international window. So they had the liberty to have them available at practice. Maybe if Hansi Flick first time will have some time with Rafinha, maybe without the ball, so he will know the state that he's in. And I want to believe that they will be able to recover 60% of the injured players who we thought were in no position to return anytime soon to play. And that is good news because what Hansi Flick has lacked has to do with the options, especially those who are out injured and those who had to replace them. The mark of a great team is the players they have playing, but more necessarily the players on the bench. And I think if Barca recovers a lot of players, Then he will give them the options in terms of starters and then those on the bench. And for Bilbao, this season has not really unraveled in a favorable manner.
And I think before you talk about them, you look at the league table. Barcelona with 28 points, Bilbao with 17 points.
Exactly.
On the away league log, Bilbao is the 12th best team in the league. 5 games, 4 points. 5 games.
So
they are the 12th best team in the league. When
So
they travel, they are not the
available
best.
15, they've picked 4.
They've picked 4. For Barcelona at home, available 15, they've picked 15.
Exactly. So clearly, and this game signals their return to the Camp Nou. So the occasion is grand, it's huge. And the players will want to play to delight. And trust me, it will be difficult for Bilbao to survive. I am tipping Barcelona to win. In fact, for the bookies, I see this as a bonus game for the weekend. This is a game where there will be goals. And then Barcelona will win. I am tipping a heavy win for Barca.
Like Barcelona in over 2.5.
They will actually score more than 2.5. I think it is a Barca win 3.5.
Fifi, what do you think?
Well, I think that, I would largely agree with Mike because I don't see how Athletic Club play against them. In fact, they've not been good. They've been very bad. Regardless of even their away form, their home form hasn't been good as well. They've had loads of draws. And I think that it's a big occasion for Barcelona. Players coming back from injury. Players going to play back at the Spotify Camp Nou. A chance for the players at Barcelona to send a message to Nico Williams and say, you didn't come, but then we can do the job. We don't particularly need you to do the job. That is very huge for them. I think the Football Club Barcelona are going to this one as huge favorites. And I won't waste time. I think they'll win.
Now, to Real Madrid versus Elche. Elche plays at home. On the league log, Real Madrid stands tall first on the league log. 31 points out of the 12 games played. 26 goals scored, 10 conceded. For Elche, 11th on the league log. 12 games played, 15 points. 13 goals scored, 14 conceded. For Real Madrid at home, on the league log, on the away record, let me say, for Real Madrid is the best away team in the league now. Okay. Out of the possible 18 points, they have 13. Wow. Then you look at Elche at home, they are the 8th best home team in the league. Out of 18 points, they have 12.
Yeah, but they've won 3 and drawn 3.
It's not the best season for Elche at home, but definitely a good one, especially when you are coming up against Real Madrid. The last 5 games between Elche and Real Madrid. Real Madrid at home, 4-0. Elche at home lost to Real Madrid 3-0. Real Madrid at home drew 2-2 with Elche. For the Copa del Rey, Real Madrid traveled to beat Elche by 2-1 via extra time. Real Madrid beat Elche by 2-1 again in 2021. So the last 5 encounters between Real Madrid and Elche is yet to win a single one of them. But they've been able to draw one of them. That was away at the Santiago Bernabeu.
And you see, like you mentioned, Elche actually do have some good form at home.
Yes.
Because if you look through, clearly they are unbeaten.
They are unbeaten.
In 6 games.
In 6 games at home.
12 points,
yes.
Which is 3 wins and 3 draws.
1-0 against Almeria. 1-0 against Hercules. 1-1 against Real Betis. Beat Levante by 2-0. Beat Real Oviedo by 2-0. Beat Celta Vigo by 2-1. Drew with Atletico Bilbao. Drew with Sociedad. So the biggest fish here is Celta Vigo per form in the league table.
Exactly. But I think Madrid looked like they needed a break right before the international window. They had gone back-to-back games without winning. In the Champions League against Liverpool. And then in their last game played in the La Liga against Rayo Vallecano. So clearly they needed a moment of respite. And I think the international window has offered that for Alonso to reassess things because it looked like the bad news was starting to trickle in from their camp. Players being agitated and complaining about the methods of Xabi Alonso, that he was an unrepentant tactician who wanted to force through his own ideas and was not in any position to accommodate whatever sentiments that the players had. And I think at this point in time, maybe they'll be able to resolve some of these issues behind the scenes and work things out. And if you monitor, it looks like a chunk of these Madrid players were released 1 week after their international break. Some were released to join the camp. Means they want to start after the international break in a very good manner. And I think against Elche, like you rightly mentioned, Madrid has a good or decent record away at Elche. There have been times they've won 3-0, there have been times they've won 4 and all the others. So it is a game that I am tipping Madrid to become the first team to visit on Elche, their home defeat. I think Madrid will be the first away side to win against Elche. They can't afford not to win this match.
Scoreline.
I am tipping Madrid to perhaps score multiple goals. So Madrid over 1.5, 2 or more goals. I tip them to score. And then for a player to score, it's been a while. Mbappe does not normally go through such a phase. He played back-to-back games, did not get a goal. He will be eager to get in on the scoring act, especially judging by what Haaland did during the international window. I was just checking, and Haaland has 32 goals in 20 appearances this season. Akwano correct. No, he's not correct. He's not correct. 32 goals in 20 games. Hey. Per the projection, he will likely hit 95 goals at the end of this season if he follows the trajectory. That would be more than Messi and the others.
Messi was 90 goals.
Messi, no, in a calendar year. But Messi in the season was 73.
Wow.
Yes, so at this rate, Haaland will topple that and even go beyond the other fantastic scorers we've had in the game of football. So he's mad. And when he does that, he's mad. You see, for good reasons. And when he does that, it means the other chasers will need to also catch up. Harry Kane, Mbappe. So I'm tipping Mbappe to get goals against Elche. The worst case scenario, he gets one.
Fifi, what does it mean for Xabi Alonso? Because this is definitely the running. No international break till March.
Yeah.
Had his issues before the international break.
This is the time where if they really can win the Spanish La Liga, it starts from now. One thing I've liked about Madrid is that in difficult games, they find ways to win. Mm-hmm. The only one that they've not managed to win was that one away at Vallecano, where we knew that was always going to be difficult for Football Club Real Madrid. So, and of course, they drew that game. Now, Madrid have gotten to the point where teams like Elche, teams like Oviedo, these teams who play in a way that they give the ball to Madrid and they sit very compact, Madrid finds ways to break them down. It may not happen when the game starts, but before the game ends, Madrid would have broken down the Elche side, which is very, very important. Now, we are talking about this Madrid side who know that per the points gap that they have in the Spanish La Liga right now, they can't afford to let Barca close in because already last weekend Barca won, they did not win. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Barca won, they did not win. So if Barca have won and you didn't win, it means that the points gap reduced by 2. And you can't afford to reduce it any further. This is where you need to go back onto the drawing board and start winning your games and start with Elche. I think that Madrid are going to. In fact, the only thing that I think it's a little bit of a worry for Madrid is that injury of Eder Militao, because he was beginning to form a formidable unit with Dean Heitsen. In fact, I think that since Eder came, he had played better than Dean. But then again, Eder had gotten an unfortunate injury. They are going to get him by the time when Manchester City comes to play them in the Champions League. But there are some crucial games that they need to start winning. They start with Elche. They go into the Champions League to play against Olympiacos. Then after that, they play, I think, Athletic Club or so. Yeah. These are like critical games that Madrid know that they are not far-fetched from them, but they can't afford to lose these matches. These are matches that they absolutely need to be able to win. Because we are saying that if Barca return to the Spotify Camp Nou and it's a bonus game for them and they are going to win, then you can't afford to drop points this time when you play against them. And I like the fact that Xabi Alonso seems to always know exactly how to set up the team, depending on what his team wants, depending on how he wants to go and play. And one of the best ways that he has seen the Elche side play, when Elche played a lot of the big teams earlier this season, there were times where they pressed, there were times where they opened up to play. And I think that's what they will do. They open up the game, they try to press, they try to force Madrid to make mistakes. But then that is where Madrid will hurt them. And thankfully, for almost every Madrid player that's in the attack, they don't have any major injury concerns.
I think for now, I'm looking at Tchouaméni, Eder Militao, Dani Carvajal is still. Yeah.
I mean, Dani Carvajal's injury, anytime Madrid gets injured at the right-hand side, is not an injury. Because it's even an advantage, in my opinion. Yeah. It means that you'll be able to play Franco Mastantuono and Jude Bellingham and then Valverde all together in the same team.
And if Trent is even available.
Yeah, if Trent's available, he still gets to play him. So, for me, I think that is okay. I think that's a big opportunity for Madrid, and then they have to win this one as well.
Wow, so your prediction?
Just Madrid straight win.
Just Madrid straight win. Yeah. Now, to the Italian Serie A, it's getting interesting. Mike, now on the league log, Inter Milan 24 points. after 11 games. AS Roma 24 points. Gasperani.
Is it competitive or their own table?
AC Milan third, 22 points. Napoli 22 points, fourth. Bologna fifth, 21 points. So from the fifth to the first, 3 points separates them. Then Juventus comes sixth with 19 points. What is happening to Juventus?
Well, again, football is a sport that thrives on stability. And it is one thing that has not really happened in the Juventus quarters. What worked for them post the Calciopoli scandal, when they were demoted and eventually secured promotion, was that they went through a sustained period of consistency, player recruitment, everything. So from the top office or the front office, those at the helm, then it was Beppe Marotta, Fabio Paratici, and the others understanding Pier Osilio, all understanding Marotta. Then they went heavy in terms of recruiting players. There was a clear plan. Let's look out for players with experience, but we can get them on the cheap because they are not really needed at where they are. Patrice Evra, Carlos Tevez. They assembled all these players together and blended them with the best of Italian talent. By then, AC Milan had offloaded Pirlo because they thought he was done with. Juve assembled all these players, kept them together, and then sustained a certain level of performance. Now, that helped. I think they broke that tradition by the sheer act of deciding to go superstar and go broke for the UEFA Champions League with Ronaldo signing. It broke everything Juventus had done that preached more about the collective than individualism. Now, they seem to have subscribed to the agenda that they needed an alpha male, a super talent, a superstar to take them there. And that Ronaldo experiment flopped. They did not learn. Then they went all out for other players on board. You remember Juventus went heavy for the likes of Gonzalo Higuain.
Really heavy.
Gonzalo Higuain and the others. So they broke that tradition. And then they allowed these personnel who steered their moment of success to leave. The moment they lost Beppe Marotta, I knew that was their end. And check the transformation Marotta has had with Inter Milan. Now, it is much more like Inter is that side that is doing what Juventus used to do, getting the best of players on board and then emulating the Juventus project. So it is not surprising that you can see that the squad building, the squad planning of Inter mirrors what Juventus used to do. I remember at a point in time when Stefan Lichtsteiner was leaving, they decided to use Kojo Asamoah as a wing back, and he delivered success in a very good manner. Now they don't have it. They wanted to tap into the good works that Giuntoli had done with Napoli. Unfortunately, it failed. They were not patient enough. Bam! Giuntoli has to leave. Then they bring on board different personnel. Coaching department, Mota, we want to do this with you. He comes in less than a season, he's fired. So they don't have that patience as well. And this is something that is really hurting the Juventus team. But I think on paper, on face value, they have a decent squad to get results. What they need is a period of stability and then patience. Eventually, they will get there. And that is why they are not able to challenge for the Scudetto. The last person to leave to signal that Juventus had run out of patience was Massimo Allegri.
And the next league game is against Fiorentina.
Oh, they'll be Fiorentina. Is it away or home?
Fiorentina is playing at home.
At the Friuli?
Yes. Oh. And they've won 2 games out of the last 10 games they've played.
Fiorentina.
Yes.
It is
Stefan Pioli.
Yeah,
yes.
Mr. Pioli.
And the 2 games came up against SK Rapid. 3-0 against SK Rapid.
Skirmishes, Kakrebu, Milan.
And I think Sigma Olomouc. That is when they won by 2-0. But for the rest of the games, Roma beat them 2-1, Milan beat them 2-1, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But for Juventus, I think there is a big game. So a quick prediction on the Juventus.
And Fiorentina's best player this season has been David De Gea. So it should tell you how much they are suffering. And so I am tipping Juventus to get in on the scoring net against Fiorentina. And then maybe Juventus win it a half. But I will not really want to trust Juventus and give them a straight win. So win or draw for Juventus over 1.5.
Fifi, your prediction.
Juventus. This is a game where I'll go for the fact that, I think that since the change in managers, Juventus have become a little bit stable.
Yeah.
And I trust Luciano Spalletti. So for me also, it's a game where I'll go for goals. On over 1.5 looks like.
And over 1.5 between two of them. Yeah. Dr. Kiki, you are welcome.
What do you are welcome to show us an idea? Obiye who said, Anna mean you out there.
Oh, wow, you look nice.
Thank you.
I like your suit.
Thank you. So this is Monte.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Monte.
Customized.
Yeah, this is Monte. Customized.
Okay.
And I already a seminar.
Then where your NSPP didn't feel that?
Debbie. What God cannot do.
That's why it is.
And the shemi.
Oh, so you are married now?
Patcho Debbie and Kebab Shahasi.
I'm just asking.
Some black Shabi, you are married now.
Says Sam and more motion patcho men worry.
But are you engaged? Sort of. It's a simple question.
The moment of truth has kept him silent.
So Juventus.
Are you engaged?
So Juventus.
Are you engaged? Are you engaged?
Patcho there.
What's on Benokre? Senior, you have a girlfriend?
Oh God.
Just give a shout out to your beloved. Right.
Baby girl.
Bonidien.
Hey.
You know yourself.
What mention her name? What's her first name?
Hey, Dr. Kiki Monte.
What's the first name?
The first name is E.
Abena Efia Akosia.
And the second letter is? So, Dr. Kiki, a quick prediction. Juventus Fiorentina.
Okay, so
a quick one.
Okay, I'm looking at goal between Fiorentina and Juventus, but I'm tipping Juventus to win the game. It will be a tight game, but I'm still tipping Juventus to win the game.
1.5.
It's a battle of the bad coaches.
Spalletti
purely
but I'm looking at goal will happen.
So let's do a quick one with this. Now, Napoli will be playing against Atalanta. Napoli is playing at home. Napoli's last 5 games, a win against Inter Milan 3-1, an away win against Lecce, a goalless draw against Como, another goalless draw against Eintracht Frankfurt, and a 2-0 loss against Bologna. But for Atalanta, in their last 5 games, a loss 3-0 against Sassuolo, 1-0 win against Olympique Marseille, 1-0 loss against Udine, 1-1 against AC Milan, and 1-1 against Cremonese. They've won 1 out of their last 5 games. For Napoli on the league log and their home form, you look at it and they are the 3rd best home team in the league. Out of 15 points, Napoli is having 13 points. But for their away form, for Atalanta, it's literally, let me say, an average performance. 11th position, out of the 15 points, they have 6 points. 6 goals scored, 4 conceded. But between the two of them, the last 5 games, I've seen Napoli beat Atalanta 3-2. Atalanta beat Napoli 3-0. Atalanta beat Napoli again 3-0. Napoli beats Atalanta 2-1. And Napoli beats Atalanta 2-1. So 3 wins for Napoli, 2 wins for Atalanta. There's no in between. The last 5 games has failed to produce a single draw. But definitely a lot of goals in this game. Napoli on a bad form before they went on international break. A quick prediction with that. Because we have a big game from the Italians we are going to discuss.
Okay.
So
Napoli playing home, facing Atalanta. I'm still tipping Napoli to win with the form of Scott McTominay and the return of Rasmus Hojlund. I still think, even without Kevin De Bruyne, they would win against Atalanta at home.
Michael.
Yep. The international break also came in handy for Napoli. Atalanta, they had been poor, and that is why they decided to fire Ivan Juric and bring on board Rafael Palladino. Palladino is not new to the Serie A, and I think in the shortest period of time, he will be able to put together a well-drilled Atalanta side. The difference in why Juric was not able to get the result was that how he wanted to play was not suited to the Atalanta personnel. But Palladino is more of a pragmatic coach, one of the best Italian tacticians. I think he will put something together.
So
they will actually, they will hurt Napoli. I see that game causing an upset.
Napoli is playing at home.
Yeah, I care less. It is Antonio Conte.
So the safest option.
Conte is not a good coach.
So the safest option.
Best case scenario, you can give Atlanta over 0.5 goals. Wow. Yeah, they will get an away goal.
Fifi, a quick one. Napoli, Atalanta.
Napoli at home to Atalanta.
Yeah.
Oh. Atalanta. Napoli avoids defeat against Atalanta.
So a double chance for Napoli. Yeah. Now, Roma will be playing Cremonese away. And you look at AS Roma, they are on the same points with Inter Milan. The last 5 games Roma has played, they've lost 1. That was 1-0 against AC Milan. Yeah. They beat Sassuolo 1-0. They beat Parma 2-1. Rangers 2-0. Udine 2-0. But for Cremonese, the last 5 games at home, or the last 5 games played, I've seen them draw against Udine, draw against Atalanta, a win against Genoa, 2-1 loss against Juventus, 1-0 loss against Pisa. And you look at the standings, and you look at the form of Cremonese at home, in their last 5 games, they've only lost 1 game. That was against Juventus, 2-1. They drew against Atalanta, drew against Udine, drew against Parma, and won against Sassuolo. For Roma, they've only lost 1 away game in the last 5 away games. I think this is really tough for Gianpiero Gasperini. 1-0 loss against AC Milan. The rest, he beat Rangers, he beat Sassuolo, he beat Fiorentina, he beat Nice, far away. And on the league log, I know they will be fighting for something at the end of the day. For Gasperini, against Cremonese, the last 5 games between the two of them, this is where I want us to look at. Cremonese last time beat Roma by 2-1. Roma beat Cremonese by 1-0. Beat them by 5-2. They drew 1-1, and Roma beat them by 2-1. And that happened between 1992 to 1995. Meaning Cremonese was not back into the Italian Serie A until last season. So in the 2023-2024 season, we've seen Cremonese beat AS Roma by 2-1. A quick prediction, Roma versus Cremonese.
Roma straight win.
Roma straight win. Dr. Kiki.
Over 0.5 Cremonese.
Over 0.5 Cremonese. Mike?
Roma win or draw. I don't trust them.
Roma win or draw. So this is what you do. Listen to whatever they are saying. Pick your choice. Trust you me. At least we be coins kakra after the weekend.
We are there.
Coins kakra.
Where's the biscuits there? What's the coins?
Don't come and tell us stories. But the big one is here. The Derby de la Madonnina. Let me first off pick it from Dr. Kiki. For AC Milan, I think Allegri, this is a big game for him. If he wants to close the gap, I think this is the time for him. 22 points, 2 points separating them and Inter Milan. Dr. Kiki, is this the time Inter Milan actually goes down?
Well, I don't see it that way, even though both of them are in top form. When you look at Inter Milan with 24 points currently, with AC Milan sitting behind the Inter Milan with 22 points, very close. But I see it will be a tight game between them. When you look at probably the lineup you'll be looking at, let's say, Inter Milan will be playing with Lautaro Martinez and Marcos Thuram as their forwards. Then we are looking at Matteo Darmian, Barella, Zielinski, Susic, and Di Marco as their midfield. I mean, yeah, because
3-5-2, yeah.
3-5-2. And their backline, we are looking at Akanji, Acerbi, and Alessandro Bastoni. And Jan Soma will be in the post. When you look at AC Milan, we are looking at Magnan in the post, Pavlovic, Gabbia, and Tomori in their defense. In the midfield, Estupinian, Adria Rabiot, Modric.
Adria Rabiot is back. That is a big news.
Yeah,
Rabiot for AC Milan.
Yeah, and Fofana. You are looking at the front line, Leao and Christian Pulisic. Wow, a tough game.
That's a big game.
Big game. And the truth is, both Christian Chivu and Allegri, both of them are 3-5-2 coaches. Three back merchants. So right now, who will come out on top? 3-5-2 you mumi you what the obey what is obey attacking and they'll be defending. AC Milan is an attacking 3-5-2. Inter Milan a kind of zonal and restricted 3-5-2. With Inter Milan playing home, AC Milan obviously will want to use the runs of Rafael Leao and Christian Pulisic. So it means that at the end of the day, they will need space to operate. One thing about Leao and Pulisic, they need space to operate. They are not really a tight space operator, especially Leao. He's very skillful, but he needs space. He's not like Doku. So it means that at the end of the day, if we want to find, pure chances, goal scoring opportunities for AC Milan, there should be spaces. It means at the end of the day, Inter Milan is supposed to come at AC Milan to have that space. Would they do that? No. Because when I was making the initial presentation, I said, when you look at Christian Chivu, he restricts the team when it comes to the formation, the structure 3-5-2. So it means that on also PM, they are not possessive. On possessive ball now when you space to what yes you're matching with Leao and Pulisic to create better chances and score. So I'm looking at the game that where will it be played? A better midfield game, and I say a better wings game.
Fofana, Modric, Rabiot. This is Barella, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and either Asllani or Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Yes. So at the end of the day, we are looking at the game being purely midfield game. But I trust Inter Milan to come out on top. The reason is simple. I'm looking at Lautaro Martinez and I'm looking at Marcus Thuram. Since the past 3-4 years, they have been super consistent, especially Lautaro Martinez, super consistent with the Inter Milan team. And the team now kasa called as so obi answer them free mu. AC Milan are doing well, no doubt. But on that one more form, especially your international break, into the momentum, no, chaso. Would they come and continue, or slack it? So almost like would the Inter Milan already team know harder that no move Bobby? Would they continue to be on top? And I say almost also a back form, but I don't see them going down because the team is already there, the structure is already there. AC Milan for the last season, I feel no more I see a 2-1 win for Inter Milan.
2-1 win for Inter Milan. Michael, I think in the last 5 games, AC Milan beat Inter 3-0.
Yeah.
Drew 1-1. Another 1-1. AC Milan beat Inter Milan 3-2. AC Milan beat Inter 2-1. In the last 5 games, Inter Milan has failed to beat AC Milan.
And Milan flipped the trend because it was Inter dominating in the derbies, and the Milan flipped it. That is how come in the last 5 games things have been different. And this game will be shaped on various angles. One, I think what will be very important is the availability of certain players. That is Pulisic and Rafael Leao, and how fit they are. I don't really trust Nkunku. And basically, he doesn't even have that kind of experience in games like this. And then the Lautaro Martinez, and then Marcus Thuram. These two partnerships on the side of the two teams, AC Milan's attacking duo and then Inter Milan's attacking duo, they could be crucial in this game. Leao, Pulisic, for some reasons, have developed a certain hunger for consuming Inter Milan, and they were very instrumental in some of these games that they turned around the corner and then defeated Inter. So I think, yes, they want to carry on from there and then use the kind of confidence they have gained as regards matches like this to enter into the game. Lautaro Martinez and then Marcus Thuram were at the peak of their powers when they were doing the due against AC Milan, and then it helped them to win the league some 2 seasons ago. So that will be very important. But I think the more important aspect has to do with the midfield composition. Hakan Çalhanoğlu and the experience he uses, the character and what he brings to bear, complemented by the likes of Nicolo Barella and whoever gets to play. I don't know if it's going to be Mkhitaryan.
Hakan Çalhanoğlu is out.
Though he returned from the international break with injury.
Okay.
But it is likely that they will eventually...
It's not that serious.
Yeah, fast-track him through the process and get him to play. For Milan, the trump card is the return of Rabiot. I think if Rabiot comes to join the Milan midfield set, he makes them complete. You know something that Luka Modric did? On returning from the international break, he returned yesterday was Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So if he returned like Wednesday in the morning, in the afternoon he reported to training. What does this show? Character. And then with that mindset, the other players will follow. So it is a very important thing that Milan got Modric to be part of their setup. What he brings is that he's a dressing room example. Players like Leao, which we've lambasted for long, that they don't really show that kind of seriousness. Now they have somebody in the dressing room to at least give them a view of what they need to do to sustain performances at the
Understand
top
the
level.
club they represent.
Exactly. So I think if Rabiot returns to join the Milan midfield, it gives them an advantage.
Wow.
Rabiot understands the Italian league better than all the midfield.
So you think the curse is not going to be...
Come again.
Do you think they are not going to break the curse this weekend?
No, it depends on availability of players, like I'm narrating to you. Because I trust Inter Milan when they have the full complement of their team, but not so much the coach. I trust Milan in terms of Massimo Allegri, but then again, he would need certain key players to be available to use them. So these are the conditions. I think it's going to be an exciting game. But this Inter Milan team has not become a very difficult team to beat like it was under Simone Inzaghi. On any given day, if any teams prepares very well, they will get a result against.
So your prediction?
My favorite is AC Milan. I
AC Milan wins this.
their worst will be a draw.
Their worst will be a draw.
Yeah.
If AC Milan have lost one league game in the league this season, what is Allegri doing right? And Michael made mention of how he believes Allegri is on top of Christian Kivu, but it's all down to the availability of the squad.
I think that one of the things that Massimiliano Allegri has done since he came back to AC Milan is to go back to what he's known for, defensive solidity. Whether he plays a 3-back or a 4-back, he loves a 4-back more than a 3-back. But most of the times, whatever shape that he plays in, he's very compact. And that's exactly what he has done. He's tried to be very compact. If he is not scoring, you are not scoring him. You remember that game that he played against Napoli where they went down by a red card for a long time in the game. They still managed to get the points. And for me, that is what sets Massimiliano Allegri from a lot of the managers. And I think I agree. When you look at Massimiliano Allegri and compare it to Christian Kivu hasn't changed much at Inter. It's the same work that Simone Inzaghi did, and is allowing the players to flourish in a system that they know for. So if you look at most of the games that Inter have played, they have been successful based on how you allow them to play. The players themselves have done good execution as compared to the tactical tweaks that are winning for them. I don't think that Inter Milan have what it takes, especially off the back of the games that I've watched this season, when they went away to the Diego Armando Maradona to play Napoli, and of course other games, to win those big games by themselves. I think that when they meet a manager that is tactically as good or better than Christian Kivu, he beats them. And that's why I think that against AC Milan have the edge. I think that they're going to be much more compact. I think that at the back, they have a fairly good team now. I think that's going front into the attack also. There is good creativity now in Luka Modric. And that's why I think that there is the edge on the side of AC Milan to get a success in this one as compared to Inter.
So AC Milan beats Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mine is, we've looked at the tactical part, we looked at probable players that will be playing, it's fine. But we are talking about AC Milan and Inter Milan, just like Liverpool, Manchester United. Let's say Kotoko and Haas. When it gets to these situations, yes.
But Dr. Kiki, the last 5 games, Inter Milan has failed to beat AC Milan.
When you look at Kotoko and Haas, the last 7 games, one are winning Kotoko. But that doesn't change the fact that say Haas Kotoko Bioma.
They will lose.
Yen feel say at this time Haas beat me IUBB because of, should I use the spiritual background play when it comes to these teams meeting? So what I'm saying is that, yes, for the past 5 games, AC Milan has been doing well against Inter Milan. But see, it's good to say Ene. Mr. Boedu,
Wakam.
Fifi,
Omakam.
I see AC Milan in a win. Maybe say when he win.
Inter. Last weekend, before the international break, we are back.
In fact, me tired.
That's it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I said then Sunderland be go to Arsenal. The bed din Arsenal be Sunderland.
Yeah, spiritual and yes, I have tactical. Inter Milan.
It's been a day now.
And then we say Inter Milan will win against
Spiritual and tactical.
Combining the music.
Obia.
They spiritual
Tactical. We're combining the music.
Yes, and there are some beautiful stories also in the English Premier League. And I think Newcastle United will be playing at home against Manchester City. There is Burnley against Chelsea.
Newcastle Man City.
And there's a North London derby. Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal this weekend. There's Manchester United against Everton. I think this is
easy for
and
Everton.
there's Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. But I think the first one, Michael, I would love you to address is Nottingham Forest going to are they going to beat Liverpool at Anfield once again, just as they did last season?
Different coach, different approach, and you check Sean Dyche and his record against Liverpool when he was in charge of Everton. He actually enters such games to frustrate Liverpool, and then at the last minute they let it slip. He's not one I trust to go out there, play an open game, and attack Liverpool in a manner that you expect, judging by the players that he has. But one thing is strategy. This Liverpool team have shown that they don't really have an antidote to when teams decide to go direct at them, especially from those long throws, direct kicks, long balls over the shoulders of defenders. They struggle to cope. If that is going to be the approach Nottingham Forest use, it should be a difficult game for Liverpool. But again, Arne Slot has had the benefit of the international window to address some 1 or 2 issues in his side, and they should come out stronger than they had played in previous weeks against Nottingham Forest. I think it's a game that will be open, but Liverpool eventually at Anfield find a way to win against.
The scoreline?
I think it's a Liverpool win, maybe 2-0.
Dr. Kiki.
By a 2-goal margin.
A 2-goal margin. Dr. Kiki, the last 5 games, 1-1 Nottingham Liverpool, 1-0 in favor of Nottingham. That means last season Nottingham picked 4 points.
Yeah, against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool. Wow.
And they won't have that kind of season again.
Exactly.
Wow. Dr. Kiki, do you think so?
When it comes to having, tell me that maybe if you go no.
Oh, I can't quite go for.
Maybe can't quite go for. Tell me that you be out. I'm in point. I think I am town home in your mason. Take a me do much here. Me test will be up and I'm some sign. I said will be not come a per honor, but I said it be am something be before. But I said win there. I said
oh yeah, foul.
It
is called like say.
I'm looking at it will be a double chance. Nottingham Forest.
Double chance Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
Away.
Yes.
To Liverpool.
Yes. I still don't trust Liverpool. The reason is simple.
Wow.
And slot the me say akwa no. Me trust no. Now coach awo ye bobo we no be my reason I was saying we more ball long boss. Any tactics. Arsenal this season they name Arsenal say Arsenal ni me pa.
So possessive football.
And
I said peace.
They say I said peace one day near their show. Trim the anti Arsenal say was I know 2 corner share me no 2 corner. That is what Anslot is doing. When we say teams is here right now, they want to play direct and the front liners pick the second balls. So ubi a yetia ubi a win. What do? You find an antidote to it. You keep on complaining, on finding antidote. So in that exercise, I'm not born a ball. True, ne bobo koyem negi giro now apan tiny ade. So what will be your answer for that situation? And then number 2, looking at your front line, Isaac, Cody Gakpo,
from
Vet, Mohamed, still na wunya umojo no, still na wunya o correct lineup. And then now you see from Vet as a left winger, or now you see what are you going to do? And because of that, the nurse also have no answer. And because the players are not picking their form. See, Liverpool by now so be those one of those games where all of a sudden Salah ball na ba, all of a sudden na Gakpo ball na ba, na individual brilliance was show.
But double chance na.
But say you see this season boy will be able any other than area. I'm tipping Nottingham Forest to get something out of the game.
Wow. Fifi, I read something from Build the last few days after Germany beat Slovakia. Yeah. And I think one of the things they were complaining about is Salah doesn't give a damn about Florian Wirtz. He doesn't pass to him. He's not trying to be there for Florian Wirtz, and it's the reason why Florian Wirtz is flopping at Liverpool.
Hey, beautiful is there.
Because he comes to the national team. He comes to the national team. An important game against Slovakia. He lights the game up.
And that is Salah's fault. And that is Salah's fault.
And that is Salah's fault.
Mohamed
Salah for Florian Wirtz Liverpool fault.
If they had said it was about how he was being used by Arne Slot, and the roles assigned were different, but it is absolutely ridiculous that you think Salah is the reason Wirtz is not performing. I said it's the answer. No.
Salah mentally,
look at this. No, how does Salah actually impact on Florian Wirtz?
Time I said you money, any Firmino, Ejim Grigidi, who said Salah a contribute here. Luis Diaz. Last season or last 2 seasons, no Liverpool Grigidi, you who the Nassale. Florian Wirtz by a Wejai.
So Mike, this is what they wrote. Salah has provided 3 assists this season, all of which led to goals, all for players who have been with the club longer. Salah is increasingly becoming a major problem for Liverpool and Florian Wirtz. He is the king of the champions, seemingly blocking their successful new beginning, and thus the future of his successor as the attacker leader.
But who told them that
140 million euros signing Florian Wirtz. There's no doubt that he's intended to be the leader of the future.
There's a foolish German narrative. Let me tell them.
Right. Because as ever beautiful again.
There's a reason make countries are throughout.
And that's how we teach you.
Yes.
I do say no.
No, now the point I want to make is this. How can somebody just sit down, analyze this and say Salah is not responsible for Wirtz having low usage? Wirtz is a high usage player. He needs volumes of balls to create. Now, his touches has decreased. At Bayer Leverkusen, was having like over 80 touches. At Liverpool, it shrunk to somewhere around 60 within that region. There has been a 10% drop in the total percentage of touches per game. Again, a 10% drop in the total number of passes received in the attacking third of the opponent per game. Again, supplies received in advantageous positions where they can attack. There has been percentage drops in various metrics of assessing him. It means he's not getting a chunk of the ball like he would have received at Bayer Leverkusen.
So why aren't you looking at it from this angle? That Liverpool being, like they said, the king of the champions. Naturally, every star player in a team usually absorb balls or absorb passes. It's Ronaldo team almost no Palmer team de be the ball man. And I build for cassette. If Mohamed Salah is the king of the champions or not at absorbing balls or they be a Salah the man because we feel he can make something, and you know that's on a king Elche was so do a tija. Now Yakofa total vet back. Now only is only the future because on your future can for 140 no 150 kofan or your future. Now you be at the ball braille because I had the Mohamed Salah on a bit kind of ball na hwehwe. You the braille why the end say also the ball usage so abba form. Yeah, the ball the braille Salah. I was so making sure so we have to invest the banner.
No, again considerably Salah is also having fewer touches. That's why I said, if they are directed their concerns to the coaching, you get it. If they are directed their concerns to the coaching, because who makes the decisions? Who selects players? Who assign roles? Because now, Wirtz at Leverkusen will be idolized. He will be seen as our Messi, our go-to guy. But at Liverpool, there are a lot of big boys. You don't just come and all of a sudden we have to cook for you. No, you need to play part of the cooking. It's a build for the point. So, what is the issue? It's clearly a case of Arne Slot. It does not relate to Salah in any way, and I think it is a lazy approach to finger who is responsible for Liverpool's finger who is responsible for Liverpool's problems.
Build it for the door.
He's a butcher.
If you build it for the door,
I said, what kind of guys in a beautiful?
It
looks as if it's just English.
No, they are targeting Salah. No, they are targeting Salah.
And then I'll be able to so. Move, come on,
Me kind of make us a beautiful city. And about
I will host him and pay.
Hey!
So, because I didn't know, yeah. I was here chefy all angles. As I didn't buy, I say, this are coming.
Then if I message Jerry, I
come in host so they come no me.
Hey, Kasabe, then my main joining was beautiful. I dear Muye, Panyan Sabi. Say, Obi to me, Moba, Mohammed Sabah. No, I said this is on Husso. This is on one more. No more Kawum. I'm on no crying. I question Diogo Jota. Massa, who to me swan your man. And Kwanko show Keshri.
Kafante craft.
Awo.
Belzy.
No, but who wanted that? Who wrote it?
I think it's their chief editorial.
Chief editor,
Chief editor, Jekakra.
I bet it was your family.
Wajekakra. Hey, agenda, Wajekakra. Wajekakra. I will lie, Wajekakra. Agenda way.
And the headline is really funny.
As I say,
biggest problem for vets at Liverpool is Salah.
Because when they force Salah out, then they can fix.
They can fix it. So Fifi,
because honestly, Florian Wirtz will not even be starting Premier League games for Liverpool. In the Champions League is okay. In the Premier League, he's not adapted to the intensity of the league.
But no mutiminya semenyona. Eh, be yiri so be nya bi abobiu mu.
Akwa Digumon kind of crunch. No, Germany, Nagelsmann knows how to use him. In the German team again, there's no Musiala now. He's a main playmaker.
Yeah.
Musiala and Ranesha there. Why did he not want to go to Bayern Munich?
Yes,
he didn't want Musiala. Yes. Why did he not go to Manchester City? Because he was not going to be given prominence.
Why did he not go to Manchester United? Because of Bruno Fernandes.
Fifi, take a quick look at the Chelsea-Burnley game for me. Chelsea-Burnley, 12:30 early kickoff. Tomorrow.
Friday.
Chelsea. No, it's on Saturday.
Chelsea will burn Burnley.
Chelsea will
burn Burnley.
I won't even allow you to stretch this discussion to like 10 minutes or even 5 minutes.
No,
I won't even allow you to stretch this conversation to 5 minutes.
But Chelsea has to beat Burnley.
Full.
And I said for the full.
Anytime goal scorer. Star boy. That in Bomo Hoyens through.
Allah. In boom.
You know the one who named Estevao. Actually, I think the person is an Eve.
Hey.
So va in Ewe means come.
Come.
Esther, va.
So So Fifi believes Chelsea is going to beat Burnley on Saturday. Early kickoff. Michael, do you share the same ideology?
I don't like predicted Chelsea games, honestly.
You don't like predicted
If there's a way I can excuse myself from it.
Burnley is literally finding it difficult to beat Chelsea.
I tend to jinx Chelsea matches when I predict it.
Hey, then predict.
So in this case,
so predict.
I think Burnley can cause an upset. And you give Burnley like 3 goals.
Handicap.
Yeah, like they're not going to lose by a 3-goal margin to Chelsea.
Like Kennedy, what do you?
But Kiki was a yes, sir.
Oh, by Sunderland.
Prediction.
So this is what we'll do. I think we'll pick the Arsenal-Tottenham game as our last game for the preview today because Man United and Everton is on Monday.
Okay.
So when we come here, man,
Newcastle Man City.
Newcastle. Okay, so we can have a Newcastle Man City. So a quick one with the Newcastle Man City. I think there's a big game for Pep Guardiola. Shall away. And then the AI is scoring goals here and there. Do you think it's difficult for Manchester City?
But Newcastle are struggling this.
No, before let me ask: is Haaland the best striker in the world?
Yes.
No.
Best striker, centre forward. Yes.
Best goal scorer. Yes. Best striker. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the difference? I am perplexed.
If you're me,
so, and net they be at said the American and biaba. The cast striker is not you putting the ball in the net to say Izagi, no Chikaito, no and this a ball number before putting my go as a good striker. Right now, you should be able to fit in all structure, and that's all structures when it comes to coaches' plans. So, and then you say you hold that play, hold that play, and then because obey off runs of the ball, obey see. So, if as a forward and as a striker, you can fit in all structures and execute them well, plus scoring and assisting, that is when you're able to do a category, you say, oh yeah, a better striker, and I say comparatively, you're the two be one I the best. But if you only flourish when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net, you're a good goal scorer. Just a ball, and you can say 18-yard boss merchant, and I say goal pusher. I just say 2D and you. But it means that at the end of the day, say we share a team where team need decide some a certain way against you, the striker.
Also Tim Bobby.
But
this season, Haaland has really played some good football for Manchester City.
Hold that play.
Oh yes.
Hold that play. Best swab na Haaland. Oh yeah, but I could be na fama. Ono ankasa na born ankasa onimbo. Born ankasa no onimbo. Enu nti na na omutimi gira be because the coach na otete Haaland etimi kase Benjamin Sesko in the next 2 years ebe better than Haaland. Adentia because of say 2 years.
Masa.
Now they are mine and you.
No. I say King na mama say 10 weeks ya. In the next day
2 years about.
I go with pa.
Okay, in the
next 2 years, Esteban Betty Ballon.
I say the next 2 years. Confront the action. 2 years never I out me.
Say ka we better 2 years we don't referee.
In the next 2 years, Otuado will coach Barcelona.
Yes, we did it.
But Michael, I think I share a different opinion to what Dr. Kiki is saying. Whatever you do in this world, if you're a center forward, the first metric that will be used to assess you is the number of goals you are scoring. That is the first and most important metric.
Okay.
And I think for that, in Europe as it stands, nobody
So
is
a good
scoring
goal
a
scorer.
lot of goals than Erling Haaland. And it makes him the best striker in the world now.
Why would people think Messi is better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
Why would people think Messi is better than Cristiano? It's based on different factors, but I think the first one will have to do with how each of them excel in their roles and the major responsibility from them, especially in their roles. For Ronaldo, he started as a winger. Yeah. So the first thing people are going to deal with when it comes to Cristiano Ronaldo being a winger is his level of creativity and goal scoring. For Messi, he's also a right winger. The level of things that is going to use to assess them is goals and assists. So for playmaking, for goal scoring, we combine those two. For playmaking, for goal scoring, we combine those two for Cristiano Ronaldo too. Then we compare them. And if you are supposed to put the statistics down, you understand the reason why Messi is ahead of Ronaldo in certain spheres of these discussions that we have.
Great. But when it comes to goals, Ronaldo is way higher, my boy.
That is what I'm saying. See, compare Ronaldo and Messi. See, Ronaldo, you compare as Ronaldo as a centre forward or Messi as a centre forward because Mignon will say Messi as a centre forward. Even with the first 9 or not drop it deep, crumple chain wingers no more than chain.
Yes.
So Messi is literally playing as a 10 who has been given the sole responsibility of scoring and creating. What imagine? As compared to Ronaldo, who was a sign from being a typical winger as a right winger, left winger, to become a proper centre forward, centre striker, centre forward.
Why the bonus, sir?
And I saw about Real Madrid no, centre forward.
Good. At Real Madrid, not on your striker.
Now why not a striker?
Not on your forward.
It's one and a striker.
At Real Madrid, there was
at some point was Higuain at some point.
Higuain, the Benzema.
You see, this is why I explained roles first. That Messi had a ball 9, it's a false 9. Why people will say Messi was a striker? He wasn't a striker.
Messi wasn't.
So for Ronaldo in the Real Madrid setup, there's going to be a starting lineup with Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo. But from everything we are watching, the specific role for Cristiano Ronaldo is to be the center forward of that Real Madrid team. So if you are Benzema, you create for Ronaldo. If you are Bale, you create for Ronaldo.
But does it make
anybody in the team is supposed to create for Ronaldo?
But does it make you a striker? The fact that say who roll, yes, she say team no, he go in yes on any striker, but who roll you show our ability to explore the box. Any idea, yes, any fan who should go ni be. Does it make you a striker or you are playing a striker?
There are 3 things I really understand here. 1, your position as a player. 2, your role, and 3, how you execute it. It's very important. The fact that Ronaldo is performing a role doesn't mean Ronaldo is a striker.
Okay.
I agree with that perfectly. Great. But it doesn't also negate the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid was playing the role of a striker.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk about this later, but we had press for time.
Okay. So Newcastle United.
Now one show with you.
Maybe I don't have.
So Newcastle Man City, quick prediction. Last 5 games, Newcastle have beaten Manchester City once. That was in 27th September 2023.
Both teams to score over 2.5.
Both teams to score. Michael.
Yeah.
Both teams to score.
Yeah.
City straight win away.
In the absence of Gabriel Magalhaes, do you think Tottenham beats Arsenal?
No.
Prediction.
Arsenal win.
Anyone who has a podcast, it's Yenka differences. My boy just says,
Arsenal thought the Oko Kabika, Thomas Frank, you put him in the Maguas. The end.
Arsenal win. Michael.
It's difficult to predict who gets to win because it's a derby game and it has a different feeling around it. I think either side to win.
Yeah. So there's no going to be any draw.
I doubt.
But so person could say for you, now in your good odds, you go Tottenham over 0.5. Because right now Tottenham I mean Arsenal don't concede. So because of that, or more,
but I think Spurs can score.
They will score.
Spurs team where I'm sure. You see,
don't angry me.
Why I'm not so convinced about Thomas Frank is the approach.
They couldn't even score against Chelsea.
Exactly. It looks like he approaches such games with a defensive mindset. Yeah.
He doesn't want to take the risk.
Against Man U, for instance, they were lucky to get those 2 goals.
And I think
Arsenal double chance.
What gave them the chance against Manchester United was Benjamin Sesko's injury. Because Manchester United was playing 10 against.
Sesko should have even buried that game. Sesko should have buried it. They also in 2 years. 2 years or better than Haaland.
Your prediction for Tottenham Hotspur Arsenal?
Arsenal double chance.
Okay, and that is it for today on the preview. Me admin pass me nyade masa too much.
Ablante, Mr. Mania to host
masa too much.
What was that? I was enough.
What's that too much? I don't starch.
Ade say oh yes.
Oh yeah, call round though. Man, your Barcelona escape.
Aye.
But me come
one. Ade why start here? One shin here na. Okwechi on man no akwa bone touch.
But me can send me up to team CC as.
Okay, say yeah lie.
Yeah, okay. As I bodu was still the biamba me no mi net here.
You touch no.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on see. Me come on see nyabotre. Me see me ba me no net here. E be kan no atem ouch.
Kempaluka.
Ya Paul. See akawa. Debi. Akawa. Na me can touch no one.
I can touch.
Me wo hona.
Hey.
Akomia frame.
Hey.
Akomia frame o say omu bubu moto indumu. Bass.
End it please.